What's going on, family? And I have a question for you. When was there ever a right time to join the military? Was there ever a time in the world where it was like, you know what? Nothing's going on right now. I think now's a good time to join the Navy. But, that's not really the case. Some people join to see the world or get away from their neighborhood, get away from their town, experience something new. Or maybe you're just one of those generational folks in which your dad served, your mom served, your granddad served. But in this video, I'm going to talk about should you join the Navy now in 2022? And I have pros and cons of what to expect whenever you do join. And in this, I want you to give your decision, and I'll give mine towards the end as well. But with that being said, my name is Charlon, and this is my page in which I talk about military lifestyle in and outside of uniform. And just like anybody in the military, at least me, I like to hear the bad news first. So I'm going to hit you with the bad news. But a huge disclaimer, most of these things, just about almost everyone in the military has experienced before. I say about a good 90%. A good 90%. There's one exception that's in here, but I'll let you know whenever I get to it. And this is in no order. Number one, orders. If you're in A school, they have something called a dream sheet in which you pick where you want to go. Sometimes you might get it, sometimes you don't. I had a homegirl of mine, she was an LS, which is logistics. She got Italy her first time. I'm thinking, okay, ooh, come on. I put Italy and Japan. I got Mayport, Florida. But you know what, it's fine. I met my wife there. But it just goes to show that you won't always get what you want orders-wise. Sometimes your detailer will hook you up. If you're in Virginia and you want to stay in Virginia, that's fine. You could just walk to another pier. But other times, they might not have anything for you, which is unfortunate. So always have a good relationship with your detailer. I'm not saying buy them donuts or anything. Don't do that. Number two, now this is the one that might not affect everyone. It's the MEPS process. And with the MEPS process, you go through your little physical, and then there's jobs that you can choose from. And if your job isn't there, you can come back, but there's a certain time frame, depending on what job you have, what job you want, and your ASVAB score, and how long it's going to take. Because if you take too long, they'll drop you from the DEP program. But talk to your recruiter regarding what the time frame is and all that. And if you're a recruiter, you've gone recruiting, and please comment down below. Let me know if I'm wrong in saying any of this. Now, this is the asterisk because some people might think, oh, okay, I like that job. For myself, there was RS, there was engineer, EN, and then OS. I'm thinking, what does an OS do? All right, bet. I'll pick that because I didn't want to be an engineer, and I didn't want to work in supply. Shout out to my supply people. You know I love y'all. Number three, the shift schedule. Now that's something that you can't control at all. Unless you start breaking equipment, but they'll find out that you did it. Just saying. If the ship is supposed to get underway from Monday to Friday, hey, sometimes that's what happens. Monday to Friday, it's good. While there's other times in which it's Monday to Sunday because something broke, or this ship can't support, or this happened, or this threat happened. Now you got to go out. Same thing applies for underways and deployments. Excuse me. Same applies for underways and deployments. You might think you're going on a 6-month deployment, ends up being 7. It happens. Does it happen all the time? No, but it happens. Number 4, chain of command. So big thing on this, if you've worked a civilian job before, you can't always pick your bosses. Within that first maybe week or two, you see them in like the honeymoon phase. And what I mean by that is they're happy that you're a part of the team. They can't do no wrong. And then you see their true colors. Then you realize, oh, this person is controlling. Oh, this person is micromanaging. He likes to control everything. That happens. And I remember I had a department head who was like, oh man, hey OS1, oh your waves are cool, man. I'm getting seasick over here. Hey OS2, how you doing? You're doing great. And then someone mentioned at our meeting at quarters, like, oh man, he's pretty cool. And I was like, no. I could be wrong, but wait at least a month. Then they'll show their true colors. They're just warming up to everyone. Lo and behold, he was controlling. I'll say that. But you can't choose your chain of command. So that's one thing that we've all come across. We've come across bad leaders, and it's either you just become upset about it, or you learn from them. Like, you know what? I'm not going to do what they did. I'm not going to do what they did. I'm not going to do what they did. Because I had a bad leader and I said, you know what? I'm just going to do the opposite of what they did. And it helped. So sometimes bad leadership can be a good thing if you get what I'm saying. And random jobs. Number 5, random jobs. Because you could be an engineer working on equipment, but they might call you to sweep standing water when it's drizzling outside. Or they might have you take out trash. Or they might have you work with supply for a couple of months. That's the thing. And as I mentioned, we've all done something like that before. If you think you're just doing your job 100%, you're not. You're not. And we've all experienced that before. So to wrap up the cons, you have the orders, MEPS, ship schedule, chain of command, and the random miscellaneous jobs. Now let's go to the pros of this. And the pros are the pay. You will always get paid first and the 15th, or depending on when the weekend falls. So sometimes you might get paid on the 30th, you might get paid on the 13th. Have I ever been without pay? No. The Coast Guard was whenever the government was shut down, because the Coast Guard is part of a different branch, unfortunately. And I believe the government shutdown lasted for a month, if I'm not mistaken. It could have been longer. Sorry if I don't remember the exact number. But medical and dental, free medical and dental. And there's different types of TRICARE, which is the insurance that the military uses. And with that, you can go out and see a dentist or a doctor out in town. You just have to pay the difference if some people don't like the medical and dental free coverages that there is on base. Some people are like that. And why it's a good pro? Because I don't know if you've ever had to go to the dentist before, or unless you were fully covered, but I have a sweet tooth and my mouth is like half metal. So I've gotten like the root canals and all that other good stuff, and I didn't have to pay. Thank you, Jesus. And the other medical stuff also. There was a time in which I kind of twisted my ankle, and I just went to the ship. They gave me my good old Motrin, but they gave me a wrap and all that other good stuff also. So, you know, I like to throw some shades and jokes in there as well. Number 3, shelter and security. Some people might think, oh, it's just base. It's not that big of a deal. But if you're on the outside looking in, you got to think you have the MAs at the gate, you have the ECPs at the gates, and then you have the OOD. So that's 3 levels of, you know, security. And you have shelter, even though it's not like a 5-star housing. If you're on the ship, you have your rack, you have your water, you have your AC, you have your food, you have your free haircut. So you have all these things that somebody probably hasn't experienced before in their life, or maybe experienced all those things, or maybe some of those things. So that's one thing to take into consideration. And another one is seeing the world. I've been in 20 plus years. I've experienced different cultures. I've had a gyro for the first time in Greece. I've had Indian food for the first time in a hotel in Dubai. I've been to Norway. I've been to Denmark. I've been to 20 plus countries. I've seen all these different cultures and countries. And that's an experience not everyone can say that they have experienced, but I think is a wonderful thing. And last but not least, the benefits. Not counting military discount, but I'm talking about education. You can use your tuition assistance, in which the Navy will pay you up to a certain amount of credit hours to go to school. So you can knock out a degree in, you know, X amount of years, or you can pay the difference. That's not even counting grants. That's not even talking about the GI Bill whenever you get out. And that helps out a lot. And a big bonus would be just the resume. Whenever you get out and they have that you have military experience and background on your resume, that really helps out, and that is a big deal. And me just being biased, I'm pretty sure that puts you up at the top if your resume is good, especially if you're applying for a certain job that you want to apply for. But with that being said, those are my top 5 pros and cons. And what do you think? Would you join right now? And I didn't even talk about the 25 and the 50,000 sign-on bonus, because that will come up until like June, July. But it all depends on when you see this. But wrapping that up, would I, if I was a civilian right now, would I join? I would say yeah. But that's just me. But what about you? Would you join right now? Whether you're served or you're serving now or you're already out, whatever the case may be, would you join right now? I'm interested in hearing. But that being said, thank you for your time. and check out my career playlist that's up there. Have a great day.